Good morning and welcome to Meet Your Future Engineering and Manufacturing 2025 webinar. I'm Nafisa, part of the Education Work and Skills team at Greater Manchester Combined Authority. For those who have joined us before, you might be aware that Meet Your Future was launched in 2019 by Andy Burnham, Mayor of Greater Manchester, to give young people like you the chance to meet real employers and explore different career paths. We have developed a suite of information, resources and services that are there to help you. These can be found on MBacc, and we'll pop a link in the chat for you to have a look at. You might already be familiar with it, but please do have a look. Please speak to your teacher to find out more. We hope this session inspires you and helps you feel more confident about your future in Greater Manchester. In today's session, you'll be hearing from Christian and Connor from Nexperia. Please make use of the question box for any questions or thoughts you might have throughout the session. You will see this on the right-hand side of the screen, and we will be publishing any questions that come through. Please ask your teacher to put any questions you have into the box. Please don't be shy, and we'll cover these in the Q&A section at the end if we have time. If you would like to use captions or subtitles during the event, please select captions or subtitles on in your video controls. I'll now hand over to Christian. Thank you, Christian.
Thank you, Nafisa. So quick introduction from myself. My name is Christian Jones, Director at Nexperia UK. So Nexperia, a manufacturer of semiconductors in Hazelgrove, Stockport. So firstly, hopefully you've had opportunity to do some research on semiconductors, but if not, this is a very sort of high level. So what are semiconductors? In essence, okay, they're a formed material that can sometimes, if you want them to, let electricity flow through it. The starting point of semiconductor, believe it or not, is sand. Okay, so purified sand essentially becomes the microchip, the processor, the semiconductor that you have in your mobile phone, within your car, within your hair straighteners, hair dryers, etc. Okay, you might know semiconductors as microchips. As I just alluded to, they have many different functions, from the role of a simple switch to actually being the processors that make the decisions for autonomous cars. And they are pretty much in every single electrical device on the planet. So a little bit more about Nexperia. So long-running history, going back over 100 years. If you're local to the Stockport area, or if you've got friends, family within the Stockport Hazelgrove area, they might remember or know the site that we're in as the old Philips site, the old Philips factory. Okay, but long history in Manchester alone, going back over 50 years. Typically, within semiconductor, businesses are sort of around 4 or 5 main sectors. So automotive probably being one of the biggest, industrial and power. So you think solar farms, the wind turbines, computing. So your home computer, the computers you use at school, the server farms that are now being built to support AI. Consumer, hair straighteners, vacuum cleaners, shavers, toothbrushes, for example, will have semiconductors in them, and of course mobile phones, smart watches, smart rings, etc. And a range of customers there that we work with, some very well-known household names. So some key facts about Nexperia. So globally, we have an annual revenue of just over 2 billion. As of yesterday, it's creeping upwards. Employees, 12,500 people globally, and our market share is approaching 10%. So all of the semiconductors made in the world, we manufacture 10% of that, and alone Nexperia manufactures over 100 billion units annually, an astounding number. But if you think about all of the electrical devices that we have in our world, that number isn't so big. So as I said, over 100 billion products every year. We have 5 of our own factories. We have the site in Stockport, been there for 50 years, and we have our sister plant in Hamburg with over 100 years history. We also have facilities in Asia that help with the back end of the process, so the packaging of the actual microchip itself. So as I said, semiconductors, essential semiconductors, are pretty much everywhere. Virtually every electronic device in the world uses Nexperia parts. Okay, every new mobile phone will have 8 or roughly 8 of our products. Every new vacuum cleaner will have close to 15 of our products in it, and every new car, and that's every new internal combustion car, so good old diesel or petrol, will have roughly 270 of our chips in there. The EVs, you could probably double or triple that number. Okay, interestingly though, ours, we are essentials, we are basic switches, we have no data, no memory, or no software within our products. So yes, we make switches, okay, but it is by far probably one of the most complex manufacturing environments on the planet. Okay, so if you think about a microchip and how that needs to be absolutely perfect from a fault perspective, the fab, the manufacturing area we refer to as a fab or fabrication area, that's up to 1,000 times cleaner than an operating theatre. Each process, okay, each step, and the microchips, the semiconductors are made up by layering atoms. So we're working at an atomic level. A typical wafer, so that's the sort of microchip in its raw form, that's equivalent to a human hair. The facility at Stockport is equivalent in size to one full-size football pitch. So our people, probably the most important part of our business, and these are some of our colleagues. So we have employees, over 1,000 employees at site, coming from over 50 different countries. So semiconductor is an absolute global sort of career. So once you're qualified in engineering, you can pretty much move anywhere within the world. So some facts about our Manchester site. So as I said, we've got over 1,000 people, approaching 1,200 people now, in fact, as of yesterday. Good mix-up of male and female, and working hard to grow the female contingency across engineering. A lot of energy going into engineering and females within engineering. 86% of our workforce is coming from the Stockport or Manchester postcode area. 26% of our employees are on structured development programs. So this is where we are paying for university courses, apprenticeship programs, or other than the sort of mandatory workplace training. We're investing heavily as well in ongoing training and development. So split, 42% of our employees are within the manufacturing side, and roughly 58% are on the business, HR, finance, quality, and engineering side. So with such a diverse workforce, we absolutely promote sort of equal opportunities and diversity within the workplace. So locally within the Manchester facility, we have a number of different social groups or employee resource groups. Next Inspire, so a group of young people coming to talk about the future. Pride, Next MD, and as well a big growing program of women within Nexperia, specifically for women, and talking about the challenges within engineering and workplace in itself. So an overview of the current and upcoming and recent opportunities. So we've got apprenticeship vacancies currently, number of intern positions within facilities. We are advertising for apprentices, and you'll get to hear from one of our apprentices shortly, Connor Morgan. We also have a number of T-level placements and as well summer placements available, as well as the permanent positions. So that's it from me, and now I will hand over to Connor to talk about his experience and transition into workplace. Thank you, Connor.
Thank you, Christian. Hi guys. So yeah, I'm a maintenance equipment engineering apprentice. My job role in a whole is basically to keep the machines at the fab site in Stockport running. from the day-to-day maintenance that I might do, which can include jobs that range from 15-20 minute jobs, or these things can take up to hours of my time. In terms of how I balance my workload coming straight from obviously school, now I didn't come straight from maybe some of you guys straight out of school. I actually went to college first and did my A-levels, and then actually went on to university, where I actually found out that it wasn't for me. However, whilst I was at school, I found that apprenticeships weren't pushed as much as what I think they should be. Obviously, coming from my standpoint, I did a much further curriculum than what you would technically need to, but that gave me a bit more of an insight to be able to help you guys actually decide. Engineering is a massive industry that really needs more young people, and I wish that I did start at a much younger age, but I'm here now, and I'm coming towards the end of my apprenticeship. Anyway, so my job role itself, I carry a lot of PMs, which are basically preventative maintenance. So if you think about your vacuum cleaner at home, it might just be cleaning the air intake at the back, so collects a lot of dust. Simple things like that, obviously much more complex than what I'm willing to share at the moment, because they're quite intricate. So what I most enjoy about my job itself is that, yes, it does take a lot of time to be able to learn. Obviously, this type of industry is such a specialist industry that I obviously am a part of, and was lucky to be able to find this apprenticeship, as Nexperia themselves don't offer many apprenticeships out. Now, obviously, we're trying to push for more younger people like you guys to come and join. And the time is now, because the engineering industry is absolutely booming, especially the semiconductor industry with the EV cars. Obviously, now is the time to try and get into it. Obviously, if you guys are really interested in semiconductors, or even just working on maintenance, the maintenance crew themselves, and all the guys on every site you will find are more than willing to help. Now, you do have to use your time wisely. I've noticed very much as an apprentice, you have to spend a lot of time shadowing other engineers. Obviously, you need to learn as much as you can all the time, every time. Be proactive. This industry it's quite aggressive in your learning, so be prepared to maybe make small sacrifices, but nothing too silly. And that is it from me.
Thank you, Connor.
No worries.
Thank you so much. A huge thank you to Christian and Connor for sharing your story, and thanks for all of you for joining us this morning. You should already have a session card to help you explore more about engineering and manufacturing. If not, please ask your teacher to share this with you. GMACS is your Greater Manchester Apprenticeship and Career Service platform, where you can find lots of information about careers, apprenticeship and opportunities open to you. Many of you will already be using this. Please ask your teachers to find out more. The handles are on the screen. For teachers, parents and carers joining us today, I've added a link in the Q&A for feedback. Please take a moment to complete this on behalf of your students and children. Your feedback is really important to us and how we improve for the future. Again, thank you so much for this morning. Have a great morning. Thank you.